Hey FCC middle school parents, Pastor Sarah here, checking in as we have just finished our very first series, Welcome Home. We have had so much fun with our alien themed discussion around what it means to call FCC home. What is our house rules here, and who are we, and why is welcoming home into this space such a special thing? So many of you have gotten a chance to already see so many of our different values, and that's exactly what we wanted to share with our students. And so we talked about 4 major values that we hold here at First Covenant Church. The very first one is, of course, that we are God-smacked, and this comes from one of my favorite verses that basically says the Son is the image of the incredible God, the firstborn over all creation. In him all things were created, things in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or powers or rulers or authorities, all things have been created through him and are for him. He is before all things, and in him all things hold together. We reminded our students that First Covenant Church exists because of who God is. God is the glue that holds us all together. God is the creator that brought us into this place, and it's because of that that we function as a youth ministry. It's all about God. Now, the second reason FCC is a really special, awesome place is because we're dangerously safe. That's right. We're a place that exudes kindness and inclusivity because we want every student to be able to fall at the feet of Jesus. Now, we get this, of course, from Jesus' own model, Jesus, who sacrificed his own comfort and his own life in order to break down the walls, the barrier walls of hostility. Jesus gave up so much so that we could be in relationship with God. And so sometimes we have to be uncomfortable as we get to know new people, as we eat our meals together, as we play together, as we worship God together. It's not always going to be easy because we're different. And that's okay, because we want to make sure our students know that FCC is a safe place to express concerns, express doubts, to explore who they are in Christ, to meet at the feet of Jesus. It's so important that we're a safe place for our students. Now, the third reason that FCC is an awesome home to be is because we're unceasingly exploratory. I mean, God makes it clear. He says, those who seek me are going to find me. Well, what do you want to do when you get to know each other? You want to ask questions. So often churches are scared to ask questions. We want to just say what it is and just hope our students get it and hope they never question it. But the reality is God created us as curious creatures. And the same way that we get to know one another by asking questions, by being curious about one another, it's the same way that we get to know God. And so we welcome questions. We want you to wrestle with things because that is exactly how we get closer to our awesome Creator, unceasingly exploratory. And finally, we are an unshakably joyful place. Now, this really is one of my favorite scriptures of all time. It says, though you don't see me, you know me, you love me. And even though you don't see me now, you believe in me and are filled with an inexplicable and glorious joy. We want our students to know that they can bring their very real hurts and pains here at a youth group, that we don't cover it up and we don't sugarcoat it, that joy is different than happiness. Joy reaches so much deeper than fun, and it lasts so much longer than a feeling, because joy is hope plus God's presence in the moment. And so even when we're going through hard things, it's like we've built our house on the rock and not on the sand. Our joy is the stability that we have that gets us through good and bad times. And so being an unshakably joyful place means that we're a very real place, a place that is okay to acknowledge those things because we have a hope that is greater. We have a power that is stronger in our lives. So I hope that this was helpful as you get to discuss these things at home with your students. I want to say one final time before we head into our Welcome Home retreat. Welcome home, FCC. We're so glad that we get to be with your kids. Hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.